Hey, Jimmy here, and I just wanted to do a really quick tutorial as I'm working about checking your carryover volume. I think it's a thing that a lot of coaches don't understand exactly what it is, and you may or may not have it. So I'm just going to step you through exactly how to check and what it means. So if I go here to my back office, you'll see here's one of my CBCs here, and what you're going to do is, we are, and if you don't know, a reminder, we are in a binary system, which means you have a left leg and a right leg. And most of the time, one of those legs is stronger than the other, meaning there's much more volume in one leg than the other leg. For example, right here, you can see my left leg and right leg volume. That my right leg is substantially higher than my left leg. Normally, what that usually means is you have somebody else up line of you, down line of you, somebody, the other part of the team and the organization helping you build one of the legs. So what happens in that scenario is at the end of the week, when it comes time to accumulate team volume for bonus, you may or may not be in a situation where you're actually collecting that team bonus. If you don't understand team bonus, that's another video for another time. But I just want to show you what happens if you have one leg that is substantially outgrowing the other leg. So if I go to my volume, so there'd be a two-step process here, guys. Go to my volume, you'll see I can go down and look and see that there's been many, many weeks here that for this particular CBC, you see the right leg substantially higher than the left. That means there's volume left over every week, what we call carryover volume. That carryover volume stays as long as you remain an active coach, which means you're either, basically, if you stay on your HD, if you're staying on your Shakeology Home Direct, you stay an active coach, you don't have to worry about, because the minute you go inactive, all this extra volume that you're accumulating goes away. It's what they call it flushes. So if you're in a situation where you're not accumulating team volume yet, you want to make sure that you're staying an active coach. Simple way to do that: stay on your Shakeology, drink it every day. Don't end up with back orders or bags that you don't use that causes you to cancel. So once that volume starts accumulating, so you can come down here, my business, my volume, my carryover volume, and you're going to look right here. The reason I brought up this CBC is because I have in this CBC a lot of carryover volume. I'm going to look right here, and either your left leg or right leg, depending on how long you've been a coach, one of these numbers may be rather large. Now, you're a brand new coach. You're like, Jimmy, I don't have any yet. Don't worry. I want you to understand that you may have been a coach for a long, long time, and you've just been, maybe you've done nothing but drink your Shakeology. To this point, you've been basically what we consider a discount coach, which is fine. But I want you to understand what you potentially may be sitting on. So if you go here and you go to my business, my volume, my carryover volume, and you see that you have a really large number on one of these sides, that means you're sitting on unearned income that's sitting there. It's basically like you have an oil well in your backyard. Are you willing to dig for it? It doesn't just happen. You have to put in some work. So what I'm going to do is this top number, I'm going to take that number. I'm going to get my calculator out here. I'm going to take that number, which in this case is 625,138. I'm going to divide it by 200. Why 200? Because if you look in the video that explains team volume, every time that we cycle, it's when you can take 200 volume points from your strong leg, 100 volume points from your weak leg. So I'm going to divide that by 200. And then I'm going to multiply that number by 18. Why 18? Because as a diamond coach, you make $18 a cycle. Now, you could make this calculation for, as an emerald coach, it would be you'd multiply it by 14. As a ruby coach, you'd multiply it by 16. I always want to know what's the best case, and what's the most income that I can make out of this. So for me, if I take 625, 138 divided by 200, and then I multiply that by 18, and this is me too, I'm sitting on $56,000 right there that I haven't tapped into. Now, how do I tap into it? You're like, Jimmy, that's great. What do I do? So my goal would be to sponsor as much as I can in this left leg. Now, you have to be emerald or higher. So if you're not even emerald yet, that's step one, to sponsor somebody in your left and your right leg. What I would be doing after that is I would be sponsoring in my left leg as much as I can to start accumulating volume. So what I'm going to be doing is sponsoring on my left leg and helping those people, help somebody get started with their first challenge pack, move product, sponsor coaches. Because the way this is going to grow exponentially is when you teach people how to sponsor, right? When you teach people how to do what you do, that's going to grow faster than simply you just sponsoring a bunch of people. Once duplication happens, that's where it happens. So if you're seeing this, or I've asked you to watch this, what I would love is if you have a lot of carryover, let me know. Go in here, do the math. Again, one more time, it's take the biggest number, divide it by 200, multiply it by 18. And that's how much money you could be making or is sitting there as a diamond coach. Hopefully this makes any sense. If you have any questions, either hit me back or comment below this, and I'm happy to help. Have a great day.